guys, Silly Tuck here, and we are here, which is always something that I'm intrigued to say, because that means the start of a new series, possibly. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to name this Episode 0, Pilot, Introduction, whatever. So, if you've read the title, you either know what this is about, or you have no clue, and you think I'm insane. Stumbling around the Grey Dog software forums like a blind toddler, I found the ThunderVerse. I was recently getting extremely into the ThunderVerse. I don't know why, but it all of a sudden finally clicked for me. This world, this created world that I thought before would just be so stupid. So I took a look at the ThunderVerse. If you guys don't know what ThunderVerse is, it's basically the TheCornellverse, but different, because it's a fictional universe just like it, and it has Adam Ryland's seal of approval on it, so it's like awesome and whatnot. So we're gonna boot up a game I already have, but I'm not employed yet, right? So I'm the puppet master, because that's my go-to character in these type of things, because there's no real personality to him. And so here's the world. In 2001, WWE closed. So WWE, basically, here, if I can find it. No, I can't, can I? Because it's not technically around anymore. But basically what it was WCW, but WWE. It had the cartoony characters of the New Generation era with the bankroll and the backstory, pretty much, of WCW. So it was built by like a billionaire who blah blah blah, and then despite having a huge bankroll, they fell quite quickly. So this right here, PWI, is well, right here, I can basically just say it right here. Pro Wrestling Integrity's blend of traditional American wrestling, the values of Japanese puroresu, I hope I said that right, has been a real hit with the type of fans who were output by the sport by the time of WWE's demise. So that stands for Worldwide Wrestling Elite. PWI's wrestlers have been described as athletes rather than superstars, and owner Shane Allman has gone out of his way to promote integrity as a sport rather than a theatrical product, even though that's not at all what that says. That says theater production. Ironically, Allman was once a storyline writer for WWE. PWI's excellent run of shows in 2011, 2012 pushed them to the top of the pile in the US. However, when the AWF poached one of PWI's top superstars, Shane Allman declared war on the Hollywood company, promising to put them in sports entertainment out of business for good. So this right here is your quote-unquote real wrestling. You know, your Ring of Honor. You know, your place where it doesn't matter if you're popular or not. Are you a great wrestler? Welcome aboard. That's what I like to think of it. And so some of these, obviously, they're created characters, but you're going to see some of these that are obviously, you know, counterparts to real life. Like, the luchador standard El Astandar is an American wrestler whose in-ring skills can be matched by his impressive wit. One genuinely funny comedy man in the business. He's regularly surprised fans with wrestling ability. Who does that sound like? Who's a comedy-based luchador who might work for a certain biggest promotion in the world right now and might be injured? Of course, you have, you know, guys who are just made up, from what I know, like Hoyt Raiden, James Gilmore Hart, who might be a certain Jim the Anvil Neidhart, I'm thinking. I don't have all the things perfectly. This guy looks like a Michael Elgin to me, but he's not at all, because he's brothers with some dude, so he doesn't really match up. And then you have all-mouth Jimmy South. I don't know who that could be. Do you know? Flipping through the roster right here. Just as I'm saying, you know, there are a lot of comparisons to real life. Scott Hart, well, in this, the Hart family's kind of different because they're all English. They're an English family. Talon, he's kind of, you know, from what you can see, old school type Sting. And some of these guys are just completely made up from what I know, like Tyler Mercury. Except for he might be Jericho type thing, but he doesn't look like him. So, whatever. But we are not going to play as PWI. As much as I do like, you know, real wrestling above sports entertainment, we're going to play as Awesome Wrestling Federation, because wrestling is awesome. They are the number 2 in America, and basically the only reason I've chose them is because they have a lot more comparisons to real life, which I can more resonate with, because this is a brand new universe to me. I downloaded this last night, and I haven't even booked a show yet in my off-screen thing. I've kind of just poked around. So we have Adrien, who is Maurice Ouellette. I don't know. Lexus, who obviously looks like Alicia Fox, but she's not, because she's actually a good wrestler. You have Casey Skim, who is, it was Japan after brutal matches. Skimmer nicknamed Zombie, allegedly because he should have been dead. When he moved back to the States, in part due of his charisma and sympathy we got for taking bumps, a smart mind for the business, Casey became one of the most over wrestlers in the U.S. Who does that sound like? One certain Mick Foley. Chaperone, I haven't really found anybody for him. He looks like Triple H to me in a way, but, he's not. Core, I don't know who that could be. He's a monster underneath a mask. He's a demon. I don't know. Cross, I don't know who that looks like. A certain bird character. Vulture? No. Crow? No. I don't know. Garrett South, that looks like somebody. I can almost place a name on him. He's a loner. He's a heel. He's very edgy. He likes to attack people out of nowhere. He's extremely dangerous. I don't know. I don't know who this could be. Honestly, who is this Immortal Warrior character? A lot of these guys, man, I just cannot. Oh, Johnny Hollywood, he's Dolph Ziggler. For some reason, doesn't have a picture when you start out the game. Kelly King, I don't know who that could be. Kiss. Just I'm going to leave it with that. Kiss. Marcus Studd with the hat and the glasses and the earrings. Who could that be? I don't know. Martial Law. I'm sorry, this right here is one of the most blatant ones. Who is this? I don't even know. Meringue. That's obvious. Fandango. Mountain Albert. They literally just use his name. Omri Stone. Wow, he looks like a certain, I don't know, Prophecy. Oh, that's interesting. Revolver Banks, he's in a tag team with Omri Stone. Don't know who they could be. Silver Dollar, who I swear is like a weird, successful version of JTG because he's a main eventer. Timothy Hawk, who is like your John Cena, even though he doesn't look like it. He's the most popular wrestler in America. Tower Block, I don't know who that guy is. VIP, Vincent I. Parker, nicknamed the MVP. I don't know who he could be. But yeah, we're going to choose this place because I can draw a lot more comparisons, which should help with my booking. I don't know. This might be split up into 2 parts because this is a very... hopefully, not very many people know about this mod. Oh yeah, I'm using the default skin simply because I think it works best for these types of mods. Hopefully not very many people know about the ThunderVerse, because I kind of wanted this to be a tutorial type thing, but not really, just a adventure of the ThunderVerse and looking at it. So I don't know how long this series will go, how well it'll do, what'll happen, but yeah, let's look around. Johnny Hollywood here right now. I'm gonna give him a picture. Wait for it. Do you see now why he's Dolph Ziggler? I still just can't tell. Is he Dolph Ziggler or is he not? This one says personality, but I'm going to stick him as a color commentator because right here in his description, here, you know what, I'll just do it through here. Following an injury in early 2013, Hollywood began hosting a Hollywood show, an entertaining talk show. So he's like a weird mix of The Miz and Dolph Ziggler, because he's like a Hollywood director. That's his character. He was the third man behind the announce booth, chaperone, and like some random Weasley guy who's kind of like weird Michael Cole, but he's not. Is in the announce booth, but he's the third man. He's offering new dimension to tired comedy partnership of Thomas Aria and Chaperone. So I'm going to put him as color commentator and quickly throw him on our shows and whatnot. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, what? Because I typically like it to use, what do you call it? Not numbers. Grades, because I don't like the look of grades in this mod. Sue me. I'm just gonna make sure stats grades rather than numbers. All right, so it is doing like that. I guess that's just fog of war. Wow, that's 10 minutes already. I'm really starting to doubt how long this is going to be. So I need to give myself a push. I'm going to be a personality, and I'm not going to use myself, because if you haven't noticed, zeros and 8 respect. Hooray! And I can't play any gimmicks at all. Basically, I am just there in the background. That's honestly why I do like this character, because he's just there. He's not involved in the show. So things that have just happened in this pod. Actually, who is Dax Deacons? Oh, he's our owner. He's like our Vince McMahon, but he's like weird and scrawny, isn't he? Yeah, I think so. No. He's a fast rising. Oh, he's like Eric Bischoff. He's a fast rising star in his Trill Corp, young executive with wide-ranging skills. And then this right here is the owner of the company. Oh, no, he is the owner of the company technically, but it's owned by Ezekiel Trillion, I'm pretty sure, because he's not on our roster, right? No. So, yeah, this guy is the quote-unquote owner, and he's kind of like Bischoff in a way, where he's... Well, unless he's out there. Is Ezekiel Trillion out there? Ezekiel Trillion. Oh, yeah, he is. But he's out of the business, right? So... The Awesome Wrestling Federation is almost a carbon copy of the owner's favorite promotion, Worldwide Wrestling Elite. Yeah, he took a hiatus and left the thing in charge of Dax Deacon. There he is. So quickly, if we can check our backstage, we have a 67 overall backstage rating, which isn't great. So first thing we're going to do is fire some people who we don't need, such as Meringue. That's the perfect place to start, because he's a bad influence. He's got 4 months left on his deal, and he's kind of just sitting around collecting dust. We have a lot of money, so money isn't really ever a question. So how'd that do for our backstage? Bring it back up to a 70. I guess we could get rid of Kiss, because Kiss is only a friend of the owner's, and the owner isn't even here. So, yeah, let's get rid of Kiss. Boom, he's gone too now. Backstage is now up to a 73. Who is Mo Fury? He's a mid-carder. Whatever, we'll keep him, just because he's, I don't know, kind of decent in pop. And I don't want anybody to steal them. Anybody else we can get rid of that isn't doing anything? No, not really. Anybody else is really a, strong, presence in our game. Alright, so, franchise players. Number 1 is Drake Richards. He's biggest heel in the company. He's #1 wrestler in the world. He is... Who is Ziggy Sparks? Why do I feel like that's actually Dolph Ziggler, and I've been wrong the whole time? Ziggy Sparks. That does look like Dolph Ziggler. That's like an old man's Dolph Ziggler. That's weird. Huh. That's kind of weird. As you can tell, I'm learning things, even as I'm, doing whatever. So things that have just happened. Awesome Wrestling Federation, my company, has just had an invasion angle with Superstars, Uncensored, and Extreme, or Pro Wrestling Sucks. That's their thing. PW Sucks. Or Pro Wrestling Sucks. It's just violence. It's the most brutal, most violent, most tasteless promotion in the U.S., which is the perfect type of invasion for us. So basically, we are sharing some talent with him, and we've actually inherited some talent from them, such as Cross. That is why he's in our promotion, Cross, and he came out quite on top, being the AWF United States champion, having A-star momentum. Quickly looking around here. See, with the blessing of Derek Moore, who I'm pretty sure is, you know, some dude. I'm guessing he's Pro Wrestling Sucks' owner type dude. Yeah, so he's here. He's our champion, whatnot, and we'll quickly look at storylines. So we have Adrian's client search. Adrian, I'm going to say like that, Adrian, has been in demand since she joined the AWF. But amazingly, this is the first time she's ever been without a client. Now that she's a free agent, there are many wrestlers attempting to win her services, with Tower Block, Theo Barkley, and Joe Havana just the front runners, who will eventually get the signature of AWF's most successful manager. So she's a face, and all three of these guys are heels, so I obviously want to add in a face in there somewhere to, you know, kind of even things out. The Glory of America. Well, the PW Sucks gang are gone. Cross managed to walk out of the storyline not only on top, but as the United States champion, like I said. Recently, a Patriot has called out Cross on AWF.com, claiming that the former PW Sucks man has shown utter disrespect to the glory of the United States. Patriot said that he wants to win the U.S. title and restore faith to the American people, but Cross is not going to let that title go easily. And then the world title melee. Timothy Hawk may have won the AWF world title at WrestleFest, which is our WrestleMania, but his real struggles are just beginning. With former champion Silva Dalla, who turned heel at the other show, something like that. Out for revenge after Hawk took the title and dismantled the PW Sucks invasion. So the PW Sucks invasion ended last night because this is August, week 1, when Timothy Hawk beat Silva Dalla for the title. Hawk will also have to watch out for Garrett South. He's really stated that it is his time for the gold. And out of that, Drake Richards has finally turned his back on the fans over his obsession with the title. So, guessing Drake Richards then has just turned, even though he hasn't. Whatever. That's weird and makes no sense to me. But whatever. So you can tell who some people are. You can tell who some people aren't. Whatever. Basically, there are some references that are obvious, and there's some that literally aren't at all, and you're very confused with who they are, even though they are somebody. Jazz and Julian Bishop are our next big things. Franchise players are Drake, Timothy Hawk, Immortal Warrior, Jean-Claude Giroux, who is your typical, French, I'm too sexy for my shirt, like that character. Yeah, I just did that in a video. I can't believe I just did that. Jazz, Mo Fury, Harmony, Beautiful Bryce, and Julian Bishop. Julian Bishop is definitely looking towards being a breakout star for me. Talk the talk. We have Timothy Hawk, Casey Skim, Drake Richards, and Prophecy. I wanted to talk about Prophecy. Actually, you know what? We'll do it when we come back, because, one second, the recording's going to end anyways in a minute, so I'll just do it anyways on my own, and then we'll be back, and I'll discuss Prophecy. Okay, so Prophecy, known as the American Horror, is a half-American, half-Chinese wrestler most famous for his decade run in the WWE between 1991 up until their demise in 2001. The face-painted Angel of Vengeance, Prophecy went against the grain, his character becoming much more darker as the WWE devolved into childish gimmicks and bright colors. He remained popular as one of the few characters the adults could stay interested in. He was also good friends with Turner Page, who is the Ted Turner of the universe, which may have been why he was allowed to keep creative control of his gimmick, although he was a hugely entertaining wrestler regardless of politics. After 2001 closure, Prophecy did a tour of Japan and went on indefinite hiatus. Fortunately for wrestling fans, that hiatus came to an end in 2014 when Prophecy was revealed as the genuinely surprising man behind AWF's Pro Wrestling Sucks Invasion storyline, and is now acting as a dark authority for the company. So basically, imagine Sting, shows up, turns heel, because he allowed an invasion to happen, and that is Prophecy's character. He's this tormented being, I want to say. Corrupt official, that's what I want to put his gimmick as. That's good. He's this tormented being. Actually, here, if you guys want to see his alternate picture, Prophecy. So that right there is his current one, and that was his WWE one, so obviously he is Sting, and that's more Joker Sting. But I want to keep it Joker Sting because it fits this type of character. So what I want to have happened, this is what I'm going to say. Actually, no, it makes no sense. I was going to say, like, something happened to Prophecy while he was gone. But, like, that would be just so cartoon. That would be a movie. Because I was going to be like, he found something. Oh. And then we're doing WWE all over again, which is what we don't want to do. So, obviously, goal of this series is to take PWI down and become #1 company in the world. I don't typically set goals for my series, but that's just kind of going to be an underlined one. Talk to Talk. Yep, same kind of guys. Showstoppers. These fellas. Ring Generals. Who's hot? Who's not? Which is Mountain Albert. I like Mountain Albert. Time to Climb, Buff Norton, Immortal Warrior, and Hidden Gems. Who do we have here? Almirachi, who is quite obviously your typical, that type of character. You know, I don't want to get very far into it. Psychotic Tick, who seems Psycho Tick, who, from what I'm seeing, would be like your Shark Boy type character. I might be wrong with that. Fargo Corbin. He loves his dames. Okay, so basically I'm guessing he's like, I don't know, he's your typical, I don't know, I can't really find anything on him. He's kind of just existent. And Sylvain Charles is obviously parody member. Yeah, the Renaissance Men, who will probably look like, I don't know if it's Simon Gotch. I don't know. I'm not very, up to date in that there NXT stuff, even though I should be probably. Seven Haddad. Yeah, so they're basically like a version of La Resistance, or whatever that weird company is down in, NXT. Something I quickly want to show you guys is Billy Rabble and Bobby Rabble, dare I say. Bobby Rabble, yeah. They're Southern rough boys, the Rabble Rousers. Half brothers. I don't know if they're half brothers in real life or what they are. Avoiding any pretense of technical wrestling. They hit hard, fast, fight without fear. Obviously what they are is the Briscoes. So yeah, they are the Briscoes, and they're cool. They're just they're chilling, whatever. And somebody else I want to show you guys is Mr. Hawaii, who is Dwayne Kai, who is The Rock. Yeah, I'm learning a lot as we do this series, actually. I'm just going from what I know right now. I'm going to do my best to compare everybody to a real-world counterpart, because my good buddy Dave Scott, we were talking on Skype, and he was talking about the Seaverse and how it helps him book better, quote-unquote. I don't know why I just said quote-unquote, but it helps him book better when he can relate somebody in the Seaverse to somebody in real life. Like, he made a literal version of the Authority in the Seaverse, which is quite cool. And then I have to show you guys this, Nitro and Tundra. They're the Arctic Alliance. Tundra is Glacier, and Nitro is like Glacier. Like, they're basically, imagine two versions of Glacier. And Omar G is like Shad Gaspard with a John Cena hat on, which is kind of weird. So if you guys really see anybody, that you guys see here that it's like, wow, that's relevant. Like, wow, I wonder who Owen Money is. I don't know, I've never seen that look before. That type of thing. Oh yeah, you have Pain and Torture, who looks a little bit like Unmasked Kane, but I don't want to say anything about that, because it probably won't be. I don't know if my commentary is quiet in this or what. I don't know. The entire video might have been way too quiet. But I am Mr. One Take, so if it's too quiet, I apologize. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I can get this series off the ground. I don't even know what I'm going to do for a thumbnail. I might not even do a thumbnail. I might just leave it how it is. Oh, great. Now that I said that, I feel like I'm pressured to make a thumbnail. Whatever, we'll work it. We'll do something with the logo and like the, biggest stars of the company, like these guys or whatever. It'll work out. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is Silly Tuck signing out. But first, like I normally do, tell me what you guys think about this type of idea for a series. It's good. It's bad. You guys interested at all? Maybe? No? Yes? No, yes? Yes? No? Yes, no? No, yes? I don't know. It's up to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Silly Tuck, signing out.